Russia's military has laser weapons that can take out enemies in less than a second. A leading Russian defense official has confirmed that laser weapons previously alluded to by President Vladimir Putin are in service and capable of disarming targets with rapid precision. Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yuri Borisov told his ministry's official Krasnaya Zvezda newspaper on Monday that the combat laser systems Putin spoke of in his State of the Nation speech earlier this month were in fact delivered to the country's armed forces last year. Once found only in works of fiction, Borisov said such devices were now a very real and necessary tool of modern warfare. We can talk a lot about laser weapons, and movies were made about them a long time ago, and fantastic books have been written, and everyone knows about this. But the fact that these systems have started entering service is indeed today's reality, Borisov said in comments translated by the state-run TASS Russian news agency. Starting from last year, laser systems have been entering service that allow disarming a potential adversary and hitting those facilities, which are the targets, he added, saying such a device could take out targets within fractions of a second. Accompanying Putin's March 1 speech, in which he revealed an array of new and advanced weapons, was a short video showing what appeared to be a truck-mounted laser system. The ministry entitled the Clip Combat Laser Complex, but Putin said at the time that he was not ready to reveal the weapon's true name or any other details. We have achieved significant progress in laser weapons. It is not just a concept or a plan anymore. It is not even in the early production stages. Since last year, our troops have been armed with laser weapons, Putin told lawmakers. I do not want to reveal more details. It is not the time yet. But experts will understand that with such weaponry, Russia's defense capacity has multiplied, he added. While not much else is known about the system, such laser weapons can be used to intercept missiles and aircraft by disrupting their electronics. The U.S. Missile Defense Agency has begun developing its own laser weapon, a high-tech anti-missile drone that would be built with the $9.9 billion budget the agency requested as part of President Donald Trump's 2019 budget. The Navy was also looking to upgrade its own $40 million laser weapons system, potentially preparing to install it on San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock ship USS Portland. In addition to the new laser weapon, Putin unveiled the long-awaited, nuclear-capable RS-28 Sarmat Heavy Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, ICBM, which is called SSX-30 Satan II by Western Military Alliance NATO, as well as the Kinzhal Hypersonic Missile, a nuclear-powered cruise missile, and a nuclear torpedo. Putin claimed that even the US's leading defense systems would be of little use against his latest weapons. Since coming to political power at the turn of the millennium, Putin has sought to revive Russia's military from its post-Soviet collapse and transform it into a force capable of challenging the global ambitions of his leading rival. The US Moscow has become increasingly involved in world affairs and, in recent years especially, enhanced its political and military ties to nations around the world. New arms race. Earlier today, the Russian news agency announced that the military has begun to deploy Peresvet, a bona fide laser cannon. In the announcement, Russian President Vladimir Putin is quoted as he boasts about the death ray, adding that Russia's capacities for defending itself have multiplied. You certainly wouldn't want to stand in front of it, but Peresvet probably won't be used against actual people. It's far more likely target and disable incoming missiles or drones than it is to vaporize soldiers, according to globalsecurity.org. The announcement, complete with a sort of unboxing video of Peresvet, seems to be a taunt directed squarely at the US, Gizmodo reports. In case you missed it, the US threatened to pull out of a key missile treaty yesterday. Tearing up the treaty would mean that the U.S. could deploy nuclear missiles aimed at Russia on Allied turf in Europe, and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo threatened to do just that, according to The Guardian. The State Department's decision comes in response to perceived Russian violations of the treaty, including developing new types of cruise missiles. Set phasers to stun. In light of Russia's laser saber rattling, it would seem that the State Department's threat isn't having the intended effect, and may have instead increased tension between the old Cold War powers. While the contested treaty deals with nukes rather than lasers, Russia's video may herald an arms race of futuristic weaponry. The US military has been developing laser weaponry for years. Here's to hoping the adults can use their words before we all start blasting each other. Russia's army has received its first laser combat weapon. The Peresvet high-energy laser weapon was declared operational on December 1, 2018. Key details about the laser, including its power and even purpose, are still a mystery, with Moscow declaring it is not time yet for details. According to the state-owned TASS news agency, Peresvet firing units began being delivered to Russian army units in 2017. The weapons appear trailer-mounted, normally concealed inside an armored shroud. The system looks similar to the U.S. Navy's laser weapon system, LAWS, which went to sea on the warship USS Ponce in 2017. Peresvet was announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin on March 1, 2018. The name was chosen by Russian citizens after a round of online voting. According to RT, another Russian state media source, Alexander Peresvet was a famous warrior monk who fought at the 1380 Battle of Kulikovo, which ended the Mongol domination of medieval Russia. Details about Peresvet are lacking, including, we have no idea how it finds targets, the wattage output of the laser. The U.S. Army expects to field a 50-kilowatt laser weapon in 2023, or even what the targets are. What it is destined to shoot is ultimately a function of its power. A lower-powered laser would only be useful for burning small drones and blinding electro-optical devices, including human eyeballs, while a more powerful laser would be dangerous to larger drones and small manned aircraft. Sputnik, also a media outlet under Russian government control, published a short Russian Ministry of Defense video showing off the new laser system. The nearly minute-long video consists entirely of Peresvet slowly emerging from behind a barrier, a hand on a joystick, and the laser retreating behind the barrier again. Another video distributed by state-run RT shows at least 2 Peresvet systems in a convoy. In March, Putin discussed the laser weapon system and stated, "I do not want to reveal more details. It is not the time yet." But experts will understand that with such weaponry, Russia's capacities for defending itself have multiplied.